Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow, and I've got the Panzer VI Tiger II, or King Tiger, or Royal Tiger, or Königstiger, or Bengal Tiger. Lots of names for this guy. It's a very famous tank, and I kind of like this actually. This is a pretty good Tier 8 German heavy tank, and I've recently finished unlocking every part of this tank, and now I'm gonna do a video on it. It has 1,600 hit points, and that's pretty good. As with German tanks, they do have more HP than the rest, and that's mostly due to how easily they can get hurt. Now this guy does have 150 hull armor on the front and 185 turret armor on the front. The problem is the engine is also on the front, and this lower plate, really big, and it's not as angled as the, it's not as angled. People will be able to shoot it from long distances, but if you go up to them and they're gonna try, shoot down at it, it's too steep of an angle for them to penetrate. The rest of the armor, however, is pretty poor. There's 80 on the sides and 80 in the back. The engine is also in the back. There's also engine like right here that you can shoot at. And what I found is that every shot hitting my engine, here, whatever, in the back, actually mostly from the front, actually, I get set on fire. And that's why I've got this guy on 99% of preventative maintenance, which prevents engine fires. He was actually quite, pretty much the same as the rest of these guys, but I switched out his, I guess this is a perk, preventive maintenance. I switched out his perk for preventative, or his skill for this thing here, which only activates at 100%, so I'm almost there. And even once you get that, you're gonna have to be ready with the fire extinguisher, and also save your repair kits for the engine or an ammo rack, because anything else, maybe the gun, maybe, but anything else, once your engine gets shot, this thing moves terribly slowly. It's so slow, you cannot imagine it. And being set on fire is not fun either, because not just the engine gets damaged. Usually the engine, the ammo rack, and one of the crew members dies. Maybe the driver. And that's usually what happens to me. So this guy has, he weighs 71 tons with an 870 horsepower engine. It's not too bad. It's quite good acceleration for a heavy tank. 28 kilometers per hour speed limit, and that's average for heavy. The traverse here, it's 26 degrees on track traverse and 25 degrees per second on the turret, which means you can be circled very, very easily. You don't want to do you don't want to let that happen. So track if you must, but you are a heavy tank. Ram if you need to. Now here we go, the 10.5 centimeter KWK 46 L68 cannon with 225 millimeters of penetration and 320 damage at 0.34 accuracy and 2.3 seconds of aiming time. And it's amazing. I love it. It does reload. It takes I want to say 11 seconds to reload. And you're gonna want to be a little bit behind other heavy tanks, especially the IS-3 with its incredibly armored front, because it's auto-slowed basically. And if you really need to, you can come out and support your allies, stuff like that, because it does have pretty good frontal armor. The main issue would be the lower plate. If you can get into a position where your lower plate is covered, you're you're good, pretty much, unless artillery is raining down shells at you. This guy has 400 meters of view range, and of course the 710 standard meters on the radio. I've put a repair kit as an equipment on this tank because I don't want to use a small repair kit on the tracks. I'm just going to let my crew repair it, and that means I can save it for the engine or an ammo rack or something like that. I fit it with a gun rammer and of course the ventilation. So firing faster, always a good thing, and your crew being better, also very good. Now there is a little bit of an issue with some of the Tiger II players that I've seen. Not too many though, because mostly they're fully upgraded. I gotta purchase this. Well, I'm not gonna purchase it, but sometimes they go for the big gun. Here, let's go into research. See, the guns, you don't actually need the second turret to put on the biggest gun, and sometimes people go straight for the big gun and then go for the turret last. And on this guy, not a good idea, because the first turret you get, here, watch this, 100 millimeters on the front, 80 on the sides and rear. And it is very distinct. It looks nothing like the turret that I've got right now, and people will notice it and shoot you there. And it will penetrate at tier 8. 100 millimeters is nothing at this tier. Tier 6s will be able to penetrate you. And you do not want that to happen. So the alternative that I've seen Tiger II players do is they get the turret, and what they actually do is roll around with the 8.8 centimeter L71 from the Tiger or the Panther II. They roll around with this guy because it fires faster, and let me show you. It costs 252 credits to fire a single shot, whereas on the tier 9 10.5 centimeter it costs 1,030. At tier 8 it's kind of hard to make money if you don't have a good game. And well, if you're using the 8.8, then you won't lose so much money, actually. You might even gain some money where when using this cannon you lose money. Now I should note that the Russian tanks starting from the KV-1S already need to pay over 1,000 credits per shot. So if you're you know, kind of a Russian player and you're used to this and you can get good games, stuff like that, then go for it. I went for it. I'm on a standard account. Who cares? I've got some premium tanks, one game in a premium tank, and you can pretty much recoup all the costs that you can expend by firing this cannon. And, you know, usually I don't need to do that. I either break even or, you know, slightly lose like 100 credits or something like that. It's not that bad. The repair cost on this tank is about 13,000 credits. So if you don't earn more than that and you fire more rounds, well, more than one, actually if you fire at all and you die but you don't hit anything, you will lose credits. But you know, that's another issue. Secondary perks, I've got Sixth Sense. Well, actually, here I've got Recon and Sixth Sense, Snapshot and Deadeye, of course Preventative Maintenance, Repairs and Situational Awareness, Repairs and Camouflage. Now, I'm not sure if Camouflage will help in a heavy tank, but you know, sometimes I want to do some sniping, and this guy is pretty good at it. Let's see, I've got 33 armor-piercing rounds and 3 HE. At 225 millimeters of penetration, you don't really need to fit HE. I mean, pretty much the only thing you will not penetrate would be tier 10 tanks from the front. And if you're fighting them from the front, well, you're not in a very good position unless there's another tier 10 tank that you can hide behind or something like that. Yeah, but you know, with a good accurate gun like this one, you can aim for weak spots. You gotta look for them, obviously, but mainly on the IS-4 and the IS-7, those weak spots are a little bit difficult to hit. But if you are facing them, you know, do your best. I mean, what can you do? They're two tiers higher than you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Tier 8 Premium. You see this guy, he's pretty much got the same gun, is more accurate, and a little bit more penetration, but doesn't fire as fast. The difference is, the armor on the Tiger II is a hell of a lot better than the Lion. It's also faster. Bigger engine, stuff like that. And, well, the only difference is that the Lion does not lose money when you play it. Or at least when you hit things. If you play it and you die immediately, you probably will lose money. But if you hit things with it, you know, a couple of tanks, a couple of shots hit, you'll probably get money out of it. Premium tech. And I found that playing on the Lion is almost the same as the Tiger II. The Tiger II can push out more. It can push out harder, I guess. I don't know what to call it. More aggressive. You can push out more aggressively and, you know, take more of a beating because the armor is that much better. If you get into a hold down position where the lower plate is covered and you're, you know, kind of on a little hill because the gun depression isn't incredible, you'll get a good enough angle on your frontal armor that people will bounce off of it, and the turret armor is pretty good. It's not, you know, it's not that big, but you know, the front of it is kind of small, and the rest of it you're going to be bouncing off the sides pretty well. In fact, I've bounced shells from my teammates from the from the side, shooting at the back. I might have driven in front of him a little bit. You know, sometimes you don't notice these things. And I will, of course, apologize in advance for anybody I shoot in the back. If you drive in front of me while I'm in sniper mode, I can't see very well on my peripherals. Somebody drives in front of me while I'm taking a shot. It happens. I don't really blame them. You know, stuff happens. Well, let's see. I think that's it. Let's get into a replay.
Alright, so we've got a center battle on Runeberg. And I'm probably going to head towards the city because that's where heavy tanks go. You can see I've moved up to my top speed pretty quickly. And, well, you'll notice I haven't actually run over that supply depot, even though sometimes I do it. I tell you guys to do it. But I was having a bit of an off day on my Tiger II. I was like, oh my god, let's get some good games in, you know. But I got one.
38 NA, he's traveling over there. And I realized that there's an IS-3 that just drove in front of me, so there you go. That's okay. Getting into position. ISU 152, huge gun. I believe it's the BL-10 that he's using. And here's that turret traverse. Can't spin around fast enough. Ooh. Oh. And here's my off day. I'm driving into like a little corner over here that apparently I can't drive over. Just strange. ISU 152. He's hidden behind our light tank. Can't get a good shot in. Oh look, Super Pershing. They've got pretty good frontal armor. It's spaced, so even though it says penetration, aha, bounce. I'm trying to hit his weak point on the side where there's no extra spaced armor, but you know, he was backing off. I had to take a shot, and it didn't work. Still getting stuck on rubble. Not having a great time driving around right now. I'm kind of worried about that KV-5 over there, who might be able to take some shots at us. Alright, finally. Aha! Hatch. There we go. 375. That's an above average roll. And I'm gonna take a shot at his weak point over there where there's no spaced armor, but the IS-3 got him. And now, got a couple of tanks coming on from the other side, so I'm gonna turn around. Ooh, there goes our KV-2. Got a T-34 over there, and I'm pretty sure he's in a hold-down position. Otherwise, you know. And here I am, still driving into the same piece of, you know, gravel or dirt that I can't seem to drive across. And it's kind of weird with the physics why I can't drive over that. Okay, so ISU-152 doesn't seem to be peeking out. And we are losing pretty heavily. 2 kills to 7 kills. ISU-152 is still behind cover. I'm going to see if I can't help out our KV-5 and VK something. Oh, look, T-34-85. First shot, finally, I set somebody else on fire. I've been set on fire too many times in this tank, and it looks like his engine's broken, so you can see how that 2.3 seconds of aiming time really helps. And we're kind of clawing our way back. Let's see, a KV-5 is going to be surrounded very soon. AMX 1375. Oh, look, he's not paying attention. Quick, get a shot in. Yes! And he's repaired his tracks. I'm not sure if he did that with a repair kit or not. But he is taking shots at that KV-5. And he shouldn't have been doing that. Type 59. Let's go for a ram. I'm heavier than you are. Take that. Now you can't circle me. Okay, so T-29. Ah, and he's gone around. Can't shoot over that. Tank's not high enough. He's going for the KV-5, who has not moved from his position. I'm not sure if he's tracked or not. But here we go. I'm not sure. I was trying to shoot at that machine gun port, but right there, because sometimes I have had trouble with T-32s where I bounce off the front of their armor, and you know what? I'm not too sure about that. And it might be because the T-32 has a lot better armor than the T-29. Tiger II on 79 health. And there we go. Oh, he's backing away, so I make a shot, but he's actually angled enough that I couldn't penetrate his lower plate. So now I'm just going to wait for a reload. People have been missing him. I was going to let the KV-5 take a shot, but he missed him too. Here we go. Straight on. Lower plate. Yay! That T-32, not T-32, that T-34 on our team did a marvelous job on you know, supporting the inside of the city. And now it's just 2 Tier 4 artillery left. Aha, there's the grill. And I probably won't be able to shoot him. Yeah, he's behind there. Oh no, wait, I got him. And one guy left. I guess I got a top gun. Oh, I got 60 damage from that grill. Oh, and I guess I was a little delayed on that. T-34 got him, and we win. This was a Tier 8 game, but you know, with Tier 10s, obviously you don't want to push out as much as I have been doing. But usually you'll get a Tier 9 in your games. You won't get too many Tier 10s in a Tiger II. Yep. I have seen, on occasion, I have gotten into a game where I'm bottom tier, like the bottom of the list besides artillery. And with that, you can still snipe with this tank. So, not too much of a problem. Let's look at some statistics. Here I have 1077 experience. I got a top gun, And there you can see I got the 6 kills. You know, I only took 60 hit points of damage. 14 shots fired, 13 of them hit, 11 of them penetrated. I did over 2,500 damage to the enemy. And I made a profit of 12,000, well, I think that's almost 13,000 credits. So all in all, not bad. Probably could have been better if I was shooting tier 10s, got more experience that way, but still pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.